And welcome back to What If. You'll notice there's background noise. You'll also notice I'm in a different location. I'm outside today. One, it's light enough to do so. But two, it's thunderstorming pretty heavy to the point we lost power, going on 2 hours ago now. So, normally I would have just done it inside, but I got no power. Therefore, I have no lighting in there. I also don't have access to the internet right now because the power's out. So, for the videos I have to do for today, for recording, you'll hear thunder in the background. So, and you might get a big boomer every now and then. You probably would hear it regardless inside. So yeah, just letting you know right now. Background noise because it's raining. Ambiance. We're setting the mood here. The storms are coming. Anyway, so we're still doing What If, and What If this week, or What If the week of What If today is again we're going magic today. What if Nicol Bolas, the primary antagonist right now in the Magic storyline, was after the Infinity Stones, was trying to create the Infinity Gauntlet? Now, to understand why and how, you have to understand a little bit about the character of Nicol Bolas. Nicol Bolas is an elder dragon. He's over 25,000 years old. Prior to an event called the Melding, he was pretty much a god. Planeswalkers, as he is, were pretty much gods back then. And being an elder dragon, he had 25,000 years worth of experience under his belt as a god. But after the event known as the Melding, where universes kind of corrected themselves and time was close, he lost a great bit of his power. And his goal, thus forth, has been to reclaim that power that he lost. Now, how would he go about it? Well, let's say that he's after the Infinity Stones in this case, the Magic Multiversal Universe. Now, I'm not going to go into what the Infinity Stones would do in the Magic confines of their universe, or multiverse. I would assume, let's just go with a belief that they work basically on the same principle as any of the other Infinity Stones and any of the other universes work. They have the same power, just in the Magic representation of that power. For instance, the Soul Stone would involve the manipulation of the dead, things along those lines. It's a big thing, talking to spirits, communicating, controlling the dead. Power Stone is just going to be a ton of power, so, all that. But also, it's like, first off, how would Nicol Bolas even come to know about the Infinity Stones? Well, that's a pretty easy one. Nicol Bolas is, again, over 25,000 years old. He's an elder dragon. Sorry, I thought I saw something. He's an elder dragon, so he'd have knowledge of multiple things, and I'm certain he's maybe even heard about the Infinity Stones. It's just, when he was at his peak, he didn't care about the Infinity Stones at all. Now that he's not at his peak anymore and he wants to be back at his peak, the Infinity Stones seem like a very nice way to do about it. Very easy way to go about it. But he's still got to collect these things. Now, which stones does he get? How does he get them? And what order does he get them in? Well, I'm actually going to say right off the bat, I think he has, by the time we get into, say, the main story arc of basically of Bolas trying to do that, he actually already has in possession at least a Infinity Stone. I imagine actually being the Thanos route, he has the Mind Stone first. Again, the rain picked up. Sorry if you get that in the background. I imagine he actually has the Mind Stone first. That stone, I know that stone, that floating gem in his head is actually something that helps boost his power a little bit. I can't remember what it's called, but just the Gem of Becoming or something like that. So that I'm actually going on the belief that in this scenario, anyway, in this reality, that is actually the Mind Stone. He's had the Mind Stone in his possession all along, as well as having one other one in his possession. I believe with the events of the Melding, and it's like, man, I'm gonna have to rewatch this video to see if I'm gonna need to redo it again. The rain picked up something fierce. With the events there, because it's closing rents, basically closing and healing reality. The Reality Stone would have made itself present. And Bolas, being a smart guy and seeing an opportunity for something that could keep some of his power, would have claimed the Reality Stone. So, at the beginning of his general plot to get the stones, he would have the Reality and the Mind in possession. Now, he keeps the Mind in his forehead, floating right above there, but when the time comes, he'll add it to his Dragon Infinity Gauntlet, which I think would be a cool idea. Now, where does he go from there? Well, I think the next stop, and again, you're hearing thunder back in there, and just heavy rain. It's just been downpouring since about noon. Wow, it's just been downpouring. Which is good. Honestly, it breaks the heat up. We've had a heat wave for a good couple of days. It's been miserable. I think his next stop is the Time Stone, and I think the Time Stone is in possession of Ugin, because the whole Khans of Tarkir block is a time travel block. There's time shenanigans going on there. I think part of that actually is not just the Hedron that helped heal him, but the fact that there's an essence of the Time Stone that was imparted in him when he had it in his possession. Bolas came, figured out that he was plotting against him, and that he had a Time Stone, killed him, took the Time Stone, and left Ugin for dead. Sarkhan intervenes, though, and we know how that progressed if you're into the Magus story. Ugin survives. So now Bolas has the Time, Mind, and Reality Stone. Now he's a very formidable foe. His next stop is during the Alara block, where he basically understands that the shards are broken up, but there is the Power Stone is still dormant in between these shards. It's not in any of one plane. Alara's plane needs to come together. The Maelstrom is actually caused by the power of the Power Stone, of basically sucking up all the power of these planes coming together and manifesting it. Bolas is trying to absorb that power, ultimately fails Ajani, but gets what he wants in the claim the Power Stone, while Ajani thinks, oh, he claimed a victory over Bolas, temporary one. So there's 4. Now, what are the last 2? The Soul and Tarkir, or excuse me, the Soul and the Space. I believe the Space Stone was locked away between Soren, Nahiri, and Ugin on Zendikar when they sealed the Eldrazi. The Space Stone has existed in the Aether, in the Blind Eternities, as it were, the space between planes. Because being the Space Stone, that would make sense. However, the Eldrazi being partly able to be in the actual plane's physical space, and ooh, that was a nice bolt of lightning, but also be in the Blind Eternities, that allows the Space Stone to kind of breach into reality, and when they breached into Zendikar, they sealed not just the Eldrazi, but the Space Stone away. So Bolas sends Sarkhan, he knows that Chandra and Jace are going to be there, so he goes, that unleashed the Eldrazi, but also the Space Stone. He basically contacts Sarkhan to say, basically saying, when the Eldrazi are released, and when all is done, reclaim what is left and bring it to me. And Sarkhan just sees this glowing blue orbs, like, okay, and then he brings it to Bolas, like, that's 5 down. He's like, very good job, Sarkhan. So that leaves just 1, the Soul Stone. Now, the Soul Stone, I think, if anyone thinks about the Magic lore and where it's been leading so far, especially Bolas and how he's been playing the game so far, or playing his game anyway, I think it's pretty obvious where the Soul Stone is and why it was the last one. The Soul Stone, I believe, is located on Amonkhet. The Soul Stone, however, also doesn't act the same way, say, as it did in the Marvel Comics or in Infinity War. Soul Stone acts in the sense that you need a certain amount of sacrifices to activate the Soul Stone. And then you need to offer those up to the Soul Stone. And if it's enough, it'll work. For decades now, Bolas has been amassing an army of zombies, the greatest souls on Amonkhet. And basically, when the time comes, he offers them up to the location of the Soul Stone, and the Soul Stone reveals itself, and he gets the 6th Infinity Gem, or Infinity Stone, which gives him a full Infinity Gauntlet, and now gives him, again, the power of a god. So now, we know in the Magic storyline, Ravnica seems to be his ultimate end goal. We don't know why yet. But we're going to get like 3 big blocks of story arc to explain why he wants Ravnica, so that's going to be awesome. But as it stands, I mean, certainly no one Planeswalker could take him on right now. Probably the majority of it'd be very much Thanos in the Infinity Gauntlet storyline versus the Marvel Universe. So we're gonna. I mean, I didn't make any plans for how that ends afterwards. It's just that that's how Nicol Bolas basically acquires the Infinity Gauntlet in the Magic multiverse, Magic cinematic universe, if you will. Then you'll get a big battle with him. He'll defeat a bunch of guys. Ultimately, it's going to come down to probably him, Ugin, Karn, like the big heavy hitters of Magic universe, like Soren, Nahiri maybe, Ugin, Karn, like the big heavy hitters that are left. Tepir, the Time Mage. It's gonna basically be brought down to these guys to try to take out Bolas. And then, wouldn't you know, The guy who doesn't isn't any one of them, but it's Jace, who has a long time been manipulated by like Liana and other people. He comes to his own, and using his illusions, he makes Bolas briefly think like, "What? Where they got the stones? How?" It's like you, and then all of a sudden Gideon comes. Some one of them comes to steal, starts like rips the gauntlet off and says, "What? The blasted mind mage. He made me. He used a simple illusion to make me think that that the stones were gone. How could I have been so naive?" And then one of them comes to defeat Bolas. So that's how I think Bolas would acquire the Infinity Stones in the multiverse of magic. I don't think this What If's going to get many hits because I don't know how many of my viewers are really big Magic fans. I know a couple are, but I don't know. But who knows? Anyway, though, thanks for watching, though. I hope you enjoyed. Hear the thunder! Oh, wow, 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 wow. Yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Super Magic, What If, anything I do on this channel, put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. Be back. Well, this is today. This is coming up today. But these next two I'm doing are going to be up on Wednesday. I'm just pre-recording them right now. I mean, I love rain. I love thunderstorms. Kind of wish the power didn't go out, though. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.